Hey, this is Will Power, and you're listening to the Indy Sports Car Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, his voice has become an institution at this race. Here to perform, back home again in Indiana, it's our good friend, Mr. Jim Neighbors.
Yay! Oh, well, uh-oh. What was that sound? What is that sound? Christian? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hey.
What was that sound? Weird.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway, okay, so, yeah, I'm... Okay.
Were you recording that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm recording right now.
Oh, jeez.
I was just...
So are we starting over?
No, I'll just cut this out. I'll cut this part out. So,
Okay.
yeah, because I was clapping, and then, yeah. Yeah. So, steering wheel, hey, what? Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to be quiet for 2 seconds, and then I'm going to say, the hell do I say in the beginning of the show again? Welcome, ICP. All right, 3, 2.
What's that in the background?
Oh.
Yeah, what is that? What is that in the background? Yeah, you hear that too, right?
It's my iPad. I'm sorry. It was the next. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. So I got back home in Indiana recorded, and I'll just cut and paste, or just cut the part out of us talking right now. All right. 3 and a 2.
Welcome, ISCP fans, to another episode of the Indy Sports Car Podcast.
Hey, Missy.
Hello.
What's going on? So you're supposed to say hi to me now, Christian.
Hey, what's going on, Frank?
What's going on, Christian?
I'm well, man. I'm well. It's been an exciting May. It's been great to live here in May and just to feel that energy. It is everywhere. And super excited because we all know what this weekend is, don't we?
Heck yeah. It is Monaco GP. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Charlotte 600. Right, the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. That's
just when
that's
you
what
thought this race couldn't get more boring, we got another 100 for you.
We've added 100 miles to it. Right.
Good God. Oh, the Coca-Cola. What? Huh? Oh, God. Is it over yet? Oh.
Hey, I don't care what you say though. It was pretty cool when Kurt did the double. Kurt Busch. That was pretty cool when Kurt Busch did the double.
Yeah, didn't he?
Because I mean, what a testament, honestly, to just human will.
He crashed in both of them, by the way.
He did not,
Yes,
Frank.
he did.
No, he didn't.
Would you stop, Frank? Would you stop?
No. Didn't somebody just do the double recently, like a few years ago, and he crashed in both races? And it wasn't it?
No, No, I thought Kurt Busch was the last one to do the double.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Kurt Busch, yeah.
And he finished top 10 in the 500.
Oh, I'm getting Danica Patrick's career-ending.
Oh, that was low. That was low.
Did you like that setup? Did you like that setup?
That was low.
Yeah. The announcer.
That was pretty good, though, man.
The commentator of
I'll give you
this
that.
year's Indy.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. But no, Danica's in the booth. She's safe in the booth.
Yeah, wearing floppy.
With Dale Jr., yeah.
She's wearing very, very frilly dresses that are flapping in the breeze. Keep seeing her big muscular arms. That just couldn't keep that wheel turned left enough and hit the wall in two. Oops. No, I'm too weak. Because I've been racing NASCAR too much with the this easy drafting stuff. Also, I'm muscle mass. Ow! She pinched me. Missy just pinched me.
I know what happened, and I wasn't even there. Yeah, I'm not even there, and I know what happened.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. God. Everybody knows.
The greatest race ever is this weekend, the 103rd Indianapolis 500.
That's insane. That's insane that it's
103.
Yeah, that is absolutely.
I must say, bump day was
insane.
or bump weekend, all weekend was actually really awesome to watch.
High drama.
Sad for some people, I was very disappointed. Pato was one of the ones that was bumped, and I may hold a unpopular opinion, but I'm thrilled to see that Fernando Alonso got bumped.
Wait,
I'm
what?
very happy about that.
Excuse what? What? Excuse me?
You heard me.
Oh no.
Is there a substantial reason as to why you would say such a thing?
Yeah, there is.
I mean, I'm not saying I disagree or agree. I'm just curious as to what your reason is.
So am I. Missy, go ahead. Try to justify that ridiculous statement.
What, that I'm glad he didn't make the 500?
Yeah, go ahead, justify it. Why? Why are you thrilled that Fernando is not in the 500, bringing more attention to IndyCar? Why?
Well, I mean, the attention does help, yes, but however, my reasoning behind it is because a couple years ago when he came over, he just made it look so simple, like anybody could just walk in,
And
qualify, put a sock in it, qualify, like it was nothing, that these guys don't put into it every weekend, day in and day out, and, lead, whatever, and then, of course, he wound up blowing an engine, and it was like, oh, no, but now it's just like, it's a lot tougher than it seems, isn't it?
yes, it's extremely hard.
I mean, if you weren't
to
too worried about
the different aero kit
your
now.
car
Yeah.
being papaya orange, you might have got some more qualify or testing days in. Just throwing that out there too.
Oh.
I mean, it had to be the correct color, but you missed 2 testing days because it wasn't the right color.
You also missed some testing.
Fail.
Also-
You are not ready to come to IndyCar, McLaren.
Oh.
You are not ready. This just cemented it right here. You can't,
I have to
this is
agree
like
with
Formula
her,
One.
just because, and I like Lewis, obviously, but his disparaging comments about how easy IndyCar is in comparison to F1 obviously doesn't do any favors for the sport. So I do see what you mean there, Missy, in that him not qualifying does say. But I have to think though that the aero package is what made the biggest difference from when he ran it in 2017. The wings are much smaller now. So
I'm sure if we had more testing in it, it might have been a different story.
yeah. I think, the extra.
But we were worried about it wasn't painted the right color too much and missed 2 testing days. So. Fail.
Even in Texas,
Who cares? Get your butt in the car and get some seat time.
they missed a day or two of testing in Texas before this because they forgot the freaking steering wheel.
That too. I mean, that it's rather important.
And
Wow.
and not hardly anybody ever says anything positive about Jenna Fryer, and rightfully so. But she read.
Yeah, the article's very insightful. I did like the article, but
I gotta admit, it was a decent article. I learned a lot that I didn't know, and that's what I want from a journalist. So good on
but
you,
I'm
Jenna.
sorry, that's embarrassing for McLaren, though. You forgot the steering wheel, and you missed 2 days of testing because the stupid car wasn't the correct orange.
It wouldn't have mattered. It was his backup car, trying to qualify.
Yeah, it would have mattered. He would have had 2 more extra days in the seat.
Pato had just as many. Well, when Pato and Fernando crashed a lot earlier, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Look, trying to qualify in your car that you've just set up for the last week is hard enough, but trying to qualify in a backup car that I mean, Kyle Kaiser barely did it, and then
no, kudos to Kyle Kaiser. That was beautiful. I'm sorry. I felt it again. I know it would. If Fernando Alonso, I mean, we're going to get a lot of attention anyway because he's not in it, but because it's it's their biggest failure.
Kind of the wrong attention,
right? Any attention is good attention.
I
Isn't that what
suppose.
everybody says attention is attention, but I mean, fact of the matter is, I mean, I might have been in the minority, but I thought it was beautiful when Kyle Kaiser bumped him out. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Why? I mean, again, you just act like you just come over here and it's like, oh, I can do this. He has never had to be bumped from a race. Think about it. Formula One, they don't have any races you get bumped from if you don't make it, if you don't qualify. They have none.
Right.
WEC, nothing like that. Again,
I mean,
IndyCar, this race shows you can't just come over here and it's just like, oh, la la la, it's easy, anyone can do it. No, anyone cannot do it.
2 years ago,
Obviously,
there was no bump day.
Anyone can't do it.
I mean, look, bump day is a testament to how much IndyCar is growing as a sport. 2 years ago, Fernando didn't have to go through bump day. Last year we had 1. This year we had 3. That's if that was a graph, the arrow's going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, participation.
Mm-hmm.
I can count 0, 1, 3. Oh boy, next year maybe
it's
4.
just my I know it's an unpopular opinion, but yes, it would have been nice to have a bunch of eyes on the sport, but I quite enjoyed it.
It'll still be the most watched sporting event in the world, as it always is every year, whether Fernando is there or not.
Yeah.
But
but I think McLaren really dropped the ball on this one.
They sure did. But
I mean,
no,
they did
I
a
think
lot of things
Carlin
wrong.
really dropped the ball on this
Well,
one.
that too, because all 3 cars that got bumped have Carlin's name on it.
So what's that tell you? So yeah.
I just.
So who
don't
got
know.
bumped then? So it's Alonso, Pato, and
Max Chilton.
okay.
Why can't I learn?
Why can't I qualify? Why can't I make the top 33rd?
Yeah, I wasn't mad about that one.
No, I expected it. I pretty much figured. You know what? The biggest surprise of the day, Pippa Mann made it.
Not to me. I said it. I said
Now,
that she was going to, and I'm happy.
Hanley.
I'm happy for her.
Kudos to Ben Hanley. Not even
Yeah,
last,
right?
27th. He didn't. Not even dead late. I mean, he was close to the bottom, but still, that small team, he put it down when he needed to and qualified 27th.
Yeah.
Did Kaiser's reaction
I mean, if
seem
you
a
even
bit
look
over
at
the
who
top?
out-qualified Fernando Alonso, like, there's a couple names that you're just like, wow.
I'm more impressed he out-qualified Pato O'Ward. So about that.
Yeah, I mean, Frank, what was that like for you? Watching Pato be bumped, obviously, a buddy of yours, and
It was heartbreaking, man.
and you're a fan. I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a huge supporter of Pato for the last 4 years, and
Right.
look, him getting bumped doesn't reflect a single thing on his talent. I mean, qualifying for the Indy 500 and racing for it is a team sport. Racing is a team sport. IndyCar is a team sport. I mean, and
yeah, but their other car qualified 20th.
the only car.
The only car that they had that made it out of their
one
four
out of
cars.
4. So that tells me Carlin as a team failed, and the names of the drivers are the most visible of that team. But in the end of the day, it was Carlin that failed.
Well, yeah,
as a team.
Yeah.
Carlin failed as a team, and the one guy that made it should be counting his blessings right now.
You know who it was?
Who?
Your favorite driver, Frank?
It was Chuck.
Yeah, I know. Charlie Kimball. Yep.
Chucky Kimball.
Yeah, well, Charlie Kimball, the guy who makes people crash when they're about to win it.
Hey.
Why did J.R. Hildebrand crash again?
I'm proud of
Why
Chuck.
did J.R. Hildebrand crash into the floor in 2011 again?
He crashed by himself.
No, that's because he had to go up in the gray because Charlie Kimball, lap car, wouldn't get out of his freaking way. Just saying.
Anyway, that was a while ago. 2011.
Yeah, Chuck does make it hard for you to pass him now.
I know. I'm 5 laps down, and you're a corner away from your 500 victory and taste of milk, but I don't care. I'm not getting out of your way. Go around me, winner. Oops.
Yeah, he'll fight you tooth and nail. He's known for that.
Mullet. What happened, Mullet? I mean, he didn't have, JR didn't have the mullet back then. And then after he crashed into turn 4, he had a mullet. I don't know what happened.
You blaming the mullet on Chuck?
No, yeah. It's Charlie Kimball. Yeah, I mean, why does J.R. Hildebrand have a mullet? Charlie Kimball.
Oh my God. So the official qualifying results for the Indianapolis 500. Your pole sitter is Simon Pagenaud. Is this going to be Simon Pagenaud's month of May?
No.
He's hot right now.
He ain't winning this. Ed Jones is going to win this.
He knows how right now. But nobody wins from pole, so we it's
Correct.
Ed Carpenter.
It'll be in that Carpenter car with Ed Jones behind the seat.
Which, speaking of Ed Carpenter, racing, their team was very impressive because they qualified, obviously, second Ed Carpenter, Spencer Piggott, and then Ed Jones, 2, 3, and 4. His entire team right there. Then you have...
I got to think Ed sandbagged a little bit. He wanted to start second, purposely.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's had pole too many times here.
I think he's like, you know what? I've learned my lesson. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do to get this done.
Get pole.
I'm tired of not winning from pole here, so let me get second. Yeah, because Ed's just that good. Oval specialist.
Oval specialist. All right. All right.
Oval specialist can't win.
Verified, certified. Oval specialist.
And then you had Colton Herta.
Round and round he goes.
Will
all the
Power,
time.
Sebastian Bourdais, Joseph Newgarden, and Alexander Rossi were the Fast 9 there that competed for the pole on pole day.
Thank goodness, too, because I was really worried that we weren't going to get, Sunday with the weather and all. I'm really glad the weather cleared up. And
it's terrible here. It's been terrible all week.
Well, it's gonna be fine for Sunday. It'll be 30% chance around 3 p.m. I saw so far. So.
Yeah.
And then we had Marco Andretti, Connor Daly. Can I just say, going first in the draw, he blew his...
Yeah, he did.
You draw first, and the times he put down were... I was a little surprised considering how he was in practice the day before in the Andretti car. I was a little surprised, but, he qualified 11th, which is probably his best qualifying
ever
at the 500, right? I don't know.
I think ever in any race he's ever been in.
Well, I don't know, but you have to fact check that. But it's qualifying. But anyway, Elio Castroneves, and then Marcus Ericsson, which I thought was impressive, also qualified 13th.
F1 driver, by the way.
Yeah.
100 starts, comes over, boom, puts it into the early teens.
Yeah, show him how it's done, Marcus.
That's right.
Show
Fernando how it's done to not crash your car and qualify.
You had Takuma Sato, James Davison, Tony Kanaan, Graham Rahal, Scott Dixon. I'm always surprised. 18th.
I'm not surprised. Dixon never qualifies well. He just wins.
Yeah. It's fine. He'll
At the
be
end
fine.
of the day, I mean, willpower.
I mean, it doesn't really matter where
yeah.
you qualify here, really, I guess. I mean, people have come from, wasn't Juan Pablo Montoya the last time he won it? Wasn't he, like, dead last at one point in the race?
At one point, he was a lap down.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And
You never know.
Scott Oriel Servia in 19th, Charlie Kimball 20th. Then you had J.R. Hildebrand, Ryan Hunter-Ray, Santino Ferrucci, Matthias Lace, Jack Harvey, Jordan King, Ben Hanley, Zach Veach, Felix Rosenquist, and Pippa Mann were your top 30 there. So that was the cutoff. And then the ones that were fighting for the last 3 positions were Sage Karam, James Hinchcliffe, and Kyle Kaiser, which are the 3 that made the show. And then, as we said, Fernando Alonso, Patricio Ward, and Max Chilton were the ones that were bumped.
Yep. Team Carlin.
I was
Unreal.
thrilled for Kyle Kaiser, though, watching his 4 laps. I was so happy for them. And, speaking of which, Kyle Kaiser, they have a sponsor. Go figure. Well, you know.
Good for them.
They have a sponsor for the 500, and I should have had this pulled up on who it is. 250. I think it's numbers. I don't know why I think it's numbers.
A bunch of numbers is That's awesome. A bunch of numbers gave him a bunch of numbers. That's really good, miss. Not that I know or anything.
I know. Not that you'd help me out to know this anyway. I'll get it in one.
Oh, when you weren't on with us
second.
yet last week, I was drowning in
I'm sure you did.
who finished there. My God, this is hard to do.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you need me.
It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch,
So,
though.
Their new
Yeah, watching a
sponsor
podcast. That's what you do.
is-
No, the watching you suffer part.
Oh, there you go.
That was
Yeah, you mean listen to me suffer? Yeah.
watching Frank struggle was
This isn't you're not watching anything. You watching me do this show now? No.
Are you being pedantic, Frank? I think you are.
New
Hey,
sponsor
don't you curse at me.
This weekend's race is 250 OK, an Indianapolis-based email intelligence platform.
What?
What's it called?
250
250
okay?
OK. See, I told you it was a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, okay.
250
What
OK.
does that even mean? 250, okay.
Well, they
what does that
email
mean?
things for you, apparently.
250 OK.
Yeah, they email things for you. I don't know what that means.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, here you go. And both NFP, an insurance company, and Global Medical Response have also agreed to return to Juncos for the 2019 Indy 500. See? It worked out
Yeah,
well for
it's-
Kyle Kaiser bumping Fernando Alonso.
Happy for him.
I was thrilled for Kyle. After everything that they went through, the crash and everything with no spot, it was heartbreaking to see that. And then watching that was just beautiful. Just beautiful. Brought tears to my eyes.
I just want to say kudos to Delara for building a car that will not flip when it's sideways at 220 miles an hour. And it wasn't a fluke the one time, because I seen it happen like 3 different times and they did not flip. So, kudos on them.
How about James Hinchcliffe? God, jeez.
Oh my goodness!
I was nervous for him. I thought we were going to watch a second year in a row with not making it. Although I was impressed that, they had a backup car ready to go, just the engine needed to be dropped in it, and that was it.
Well, considering last year, I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But, yeah, that was a little tense to watch.
I was just nervous when I saw the crash because it looked very familiar. Because it looked almost identical to that last crash that he had when the roll bar went through his leg. But they fixed that problem.
Yeah.
And a few drivers proved it because it looked identical. Like all the wrecks these past 2 weeks, they looked pretty identical. It was all the same. And then they went sideways, did not flip, and went back down. And Everybody got out of the car okay, and that's the most important part. Everybody was okay at the end of it.
Right.
I mean, Fernando was like a pinball, but he was about the only one.
Yeah. There was a couple. Who else? Felix Rosenquist, I believe, crashed.
Yes.
Kaiser was
Yeah, him.
Fernando Alonso. Hinch crashed.
Pato, yeah.
Pato.
I think that's it.
I mean, there was quite a few people that gave the wall a little kiss.
There's a lot of kisses.
Right.
A lot of smooching going on during last weekend. IMS got a lot of love. Got more smooching in one weekend than I get in like 5. I got last 5 years.
Excuse me.
What? Just
Bum, 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 bum.
Wow. Fail.
Anyway, but I thought, Bump Weekend was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I was on the edge of my seat, seeing who was going to make it, who wasn't, where everybody's at. Like I said, I was impressed by quite a few drivers. Like I said, I was impressed with Marcus Ericsson was one of them.
Now, I don't understand who got fired because of the whole thing.
The guy at McLaren.
The guy at McLaren, he was there.
But he didn't get fired. They said he left.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Sure he did.
Was fired. He was the head of their IndyCar operation.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
He left. Okay.
Yeah, he was the head of McLaren's IndyCar.
Yeah, because he's had so much experience at doing the job that it's he should feel. Jesus.
You know who I really felt for, to be honest? I felt for Linegard. And I know we haven't talked about that name in a while, but Hinchcliffe's struggle this year, even though I'm glad he's in, but obviously,
you mean Lena Gaddy?
His struggle to make it this year just goes to show that it wasn't her fault. Speaking of people getting fired for not performing, I think this goes to show that it wasn't her fault.
Yeah, I didn't think it was her fault.
And
I didn't hear about Pato's engineers head rolling. I haven't heard that yet.
I haven't heard any head rolling.
Yeah.
Carlin Racing, period.
Yeah.
Yet. Yeah, but Lena Gaddy should have not been fired.
Do you think Hinch? I mean, what do you think Hinch's crash though was him pushing too hard or just?
Of course. I think all the crashes were them pushing too hard. I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, what, Miss? That's a good question. I say no because, I mean, what Pato was saying is
James was the only one that crashed in actual qualifying. Everybody else was during practices this past week, but James was in qualifying. That's the only reason I say you think he was pushing too hard because of what happened last year. He didn't qualify.
Okay,
The pressure of qualifying for this race.
Okay, fair enough. Hinchcliffe's specific crash, yes, probably pushing too hard, but all the other crashes, I don't think they were pushing too hard. Pato even said he was doing everything that he's been doing. It's just the back just snapped loose, and he didn't feel anything, happen any different beforehand. He wasn't doing anything different. It just snapped. So, it's as simple as the wrong gust of wind at the wrong time, and
it was pretty windy on day one because there was quite a few drivers that almost lost it. I believe it was turn 2 that was given an issue.
Yep. All the smooching was going on at turn 2. And if they weren't crashing, they were smooching.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
so
it's quite a few tire kisses on that wall.
Yeah, some triple X action going on. Turn 2, that dirty girl, dirty girl, that good egg.
Well, like I said, I was impressed with quite a few drivers that made didn't have to fight it out. I mean, I think the six that had to fight it out, I was a little surprised.
A lot of big names.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple names that you thought would have been.
Well, except for one. One I expected to be there.
I'm not even going to mention the name because I really don't want to feel like listening to you about
Why
it.
can't I qualify?
No, I'm not sure. I'm talking about the other one.
No, it's on Chilton.
No.
Why? Who else did you think I was talking about?
You know who I know you're talking
You
about.
know who, Frank?
Don't try and play me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. He tries to act who? Who did you think I was talking about?
I was heartbroken for Pato and pissed off that the other one got in. that POS.
Yeah. See, moving on. What was I gonna say? Like I said, I was impressed with Ben Hanley. I mean, I thought he put down a good 4 laps when watching him.
It's a good thing my house isn't mic'd and recorded, because the things that I was saying after that was
What, after Ben Hanley?
no after.
Yeah, I was moving on from that, so I was talking about Ben Hanley. If you have anything to contribute about Ben Hanley,
I have zero to contribute to about Ben Hanley.
well, I was happy for that little team of Dragon Speed. I was happy for them and Ben.
Oh
Hanley.
yeah, and that's what the 500 is about. You know,
I mean, there's a
it's
couple
about
small
the underdogs.
teams, you know.
It's about.
Yeah.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
Like I said, I loved seeing Kyle. Like I said, it was beautiful, beautiful. But like I said, I'm probably in the minority that thought it was so beautiful watching Kyle Kaiser bump Fernando Alonso.
It was that ICP juice, and unfortunately, he drank
Wow.
more of it than Pato, I guess.
But I thought it was beautiful watching that little team get in one car, you know, after having the crash and not knowing if they were going to be able to put a car together, no sponsor, like it was just spiraling down for them. But, I mean,
Yeah,
I was happy for Ben Hanley, like I said. And
I want to say the biggest winner here is Jay Fry and his changing of the bump day qualifying schedule for the weekend. I didn't understand it because I couldn't remember for the life of me what last year's was like. But whatever he did to change it for this year, keep it, because it's a winning formula. Grand Slam Jay Fry.
Worked for you.
You know, 4 runs in one swing. That's what a Grand Slam is, if anybody doesn't know.
if I remember, I thought last year the qualifying was bump day was essentially Saturday. Because I remember Hinch getting bumped, and then you had the next day where you find out who made pole.
Yeah, and
Still
everybody was
go.
like, he has a why doesn't they? Yeah, I remember that.
So this year, day 1 was just figuring out who got 10 through 30. And then bump day was actually bump day, who got
Bump
bumps,
day, yeah.
and who was going to get pole, the Fast 9.
Yeah, I liked it.
Personally, I think the only thing I would switch was bump. I mean, I know you really can't. Okay, say the weather was perfect. I think the last 6 to try to get in should go last. No, I'm sorry. Would they? No, it was first. So switch that around. So have the top 9 go first to figure out who got pole. But then, okay, I see how they did. I see why they did it that way. Never mind. I think it's because it was so dramatic this year that by the time the Fast 9 was going, you were like drained already. You know, so it was like I can't take them.
I could do without the reshuffling of the Fast 9. Is that just me?
What do you mean? Like, oh, what? So you think Piggott should have got pole?
No, yeah, I'm just saying. Wherever that's it. You know, we don't need to reshuffle this.
Negative.
Yeah,
Negative.
I could do without it. Just me.
Yes, it is.
Just me.
Yep.
That's fine.
Just you.
That's fine. I'm just saying.
No, I like it. I think don't change a thing. Keep it for next year. It worked out great this year. You know, you made the entire weekend. You know, and not just, you know, half of a day here and the full day there or whatever. You made the full day on Saturday and the full day on Sunday, you know, matter. And that's great. You know, the more time of the weekend you can make IndyCar matter, the better, I say. And there you go. It was all day Saturday and all day Sunday. It was amazing.
Yeah, no. Overall, great product. I just,
Yeah, I say home run.
I'm just saying. I could do without it, so,
Yeah, it was good. I mean, there was a lot of like I said, on the edge of your seat watching. I always get nervous watching anyone, you know, do their 4 laps for qualifying for the Indianapolis 500. It's so nerve-wracking.
How about Ed Jones, man, hitting 240 into 3? in his first lap. Wow, 240 into turn 3. Good God.
Yeah, that was
He was
crazy.
flying, man. Ed Jones was hooked. I could, man. I mean, Simon and Pag's doing it like, what was he, like second to last to go or something like that? Oh my goodness! But Ed Jones, man, 240 in the turn 3. That was amazing because I mean the most I saw was like from everybody else was
Saturday,
like,
day one.
yeah, like 239, 238s, right? But Ed Jones hit 240 barely. He just nipped it too. He was like smoochy, 240, smoochy, smoochies, 240. Just one lap though, just one lap. But that's okay. I saw a 240 mark hit in the turn 3, and I was like, oh, there he goes. But no, he didn't hit the hole. That's okay though.
I thought the whole Ed Carpenter team was impressive though. So, I mean, second, third, and fourth. That's a good day for a team for the Indianapolis
To be
500.
expected from that team. I'm just saying. Where's that Jones? I mean, come on. I mean, he lives at the Speedway. He lives closer than you, Christian, and that's pretty. And that's saying something.
That is saying something. Yeah.
So,
But no, just
yeah. I mean, what else? I mean, there's so many storylines. Screw Lewis Hamilton, by the way. Just want to say. And
what's that?
I say screw Lewis Hamilton. Graham Rahal had a great comeback for him. Graham Rahal on Twitter at Graham Rahal. Nothing gets me more fired up to watch the F1 race than turning on the TV, and the first thing the commentator says is, quote, nobody has a chance to win except Mercedes, unquote. Sweet! Great tweet by Graham Rahal to answer dumb corn rolls over there.
Corn rows, Frank. Rows, not rolls.
Well, they look like rolls to me. Corn rolls of rolls. Whatever.
Oh man. I will say though, how did you guys feel about McLaren opting not to buy an entry?
I say
respect or no?
No, it wasn't McLaren. McLaren was ready to throw the money down, son, and buy Oriol Servia's seat, because as soon as I heard that there was, like Missy was telling me the story, I'm like, don't even tell me. Oriol Servia.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, someone got bumped and we need to buy a seat. Where's Oriol at? He's
I was wondering why Oriol Servia's seat, but then
it's always him. Ryan Hunter-Reay or Serbia. Remember? Yeah. The last one to buy a seat was Ryan Hunter-Reay. I, for one, do not agree with that policy even being an option.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you.
I was going to be super ticked off if he bought a seat.
However, McLaren wasn't about to have a problem with it. But you know what? Good on Fernando Alonso to put his foot down and say, no, I will not honor that. I do not feel right.
Yeah, I was impressed with that. Yeah, he said he wouldn't feel right for somebody who earned it to take somebody who earned its seat.
Class act Fernando Alonso.
Which that's how.
Completely agree.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not much I disagree with about the 500, but that whole
buying,
like you said, that even being an option that's got to go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's got to be written into somewhere. But
so what happens for him this weekend though? Does he go back for Monaco?
He doesn't. He's not a Formula One driver.
Or is he just going to hang around?
He hasn't raced Formula One all year, buddy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not racing WEC either. So Fernando's done for the year, I guess.
Oh, okay.
No Le Mans and no 500 for him.
That's the end of that.
Yeah. Just the 24-hour Daytona. Pretty much.
Jeez.
Maybe he'll be at Road Atlanta.
Keep it light. Be nice to get him in the booth. That'd be cool.
Yeah, really. Replace the other, never mind. Get her out of there and put someone better looking in there, I say.
Wait. So you would rather have Danica out of the booth, but keep Dale Jr.
Yeah.
instead of the other way around?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's wrong with Dale Jr.?
Well, the fact that he's never been in an IndyCar a day in his life.
He was the last
Maybe.
real driver that ever raced NASCAR.
What?
You heard me.
What?
The last real, true race car driver to ever race NASCAR was Dale Jr. Or, I don't know, was Tony Stewart? No.
What?
Dale Jr. retired after Tony Stewart, right?
Yes.
Then my statement is correct.
I could care less.
No championship having Dale Jr. You're saying.
Was the last
Is
true race car driver that's ever raced NASCAR.
Wow.
The rest of them there are just paid actors.
Wow.
Yep. Did you see the fist fight on pit lane? I didn't, but Christian told me about it.
I did see the fight during the All-Star race.
Yeah, I know.
And it seemed pretty real to me.
You know what? Kudos on the writers because people are talking about it.
What series, Frank? What series would write in to the script? Okay, after the race ends, I'm going to tell you to lightly tap the other. Put him into the wall. The race is already over. Put him into the wall, and then you get out and run over to the car and just start punching him.
Yeah. Pretty
What does that do?
pretty convenient sounding
no.
to me. Pretty convenient.
Right.
Just like Danica getting pole her first 500 ever, right? And then the next year they bring out the black 3 car for the first time ever, and some rookie who's never raced NASCAR ever gets the pole, right? Yeah, there's no writers in NASCAR. No, they don't exist. Give me a break, Christian. It's WWE with a windshield.
That's nice. Don't ruin my Indy 500.
Just
weekend by
extraordinary
talking about that
coincidence,
trash.
Frank. That's all.
Yeah, there are no coincidences.
What milk would you drink? What would be your choice of milk?
Me, I'm a red cap man.
So whole milk.
That's right.
I'm a red cap.
I think I would choose whole milk too.
How about you, Christian?
Chocolate.
What?
They don't give you chocolate milk at the 500.
No, I know, but they should. But that would be mine. But no, if I had to, yeah, whole milk. Whole milk's fine. But
All right, whole milk for the win. Get that skim out of here.
Yeah,
Get that watered down crap out of my
the
face.
results are out.
I want the
here
whole cow.
for who gets
And then bring the
what.
cow in afterwards so I can have a steak.
Yes.
Instead of drinking milk, I want a steak in Victory Lane.
wow.
Everyone's drinking milk. I'm having a porterhouse.
Yes, the 500 winners, or drivers' milk choice is in.
Oh boy! So who picked the soy milk? Let's hear it.
That wasn't a choice.
Okay.
You had whole milk, 2% fat-free, and there was no preference.
Almond milk, maybe.
Nope.
Because we know those
Almond
almonds
milk
and
is
their
good.
tits.
I like almond milk.
No almond milk.
I like almond milk.
Ew, it's disgusting. Soy milk, it's just as bad as soy milk.
There was one vote
No.
for fat-free milk and one vote for no preference.
I'm guessing willpower was the no preference.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
Oh, is he?
Yes.
yeah. He didn't drink the milk last year.
Yeah.
He can't.
I think he took like a sip last year. Yeah.
Well, he acted like he took like a sip. He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't drink. He didn't swallow.
It's a clean show, friends.
I know, right? Jeez.
Oh my
Be fat-free. There was one
he's
fat-free
the Bill
vote.
Clinton of
Guess who the fat-free vote was?
the fat free. I'm gonna go with who's a big fat racer that needs to lose weight.
Nope. He's not fat.
Oh, he's not fat.
Nope.
Okay. Fat free. I'm gonna go with Zach Veach.
No.
Okay. I went the total opposite direction.
Yeah, like okay, right, the smallest guy.
Yeah.
right.
Who's the midget again? Oh yeah, Zach Veach. Okay. So go ahead, Missy.
Who was it, Missy?
Marcus Ericsson.
Ooh, the Swede.
Fat-free milk.
Really?
And everyone else, there was 21
Wonder if
votes
it's a Norwegian
for
thing.
whole milk and then 10 votes for 2% milk.
I want to know who the 2%ers were.
And there was 2 drivers who wishes he could choose buttermilk.
Buttermilk, yeah. Because let's face it, buttermilk is the traditional milk. That's the milk that started this ridiculous, weird tradition in the first place.
Tradition, right.
I mean, it wasn't even like the first Indy 500 they drank milk. It was like 39 or something. Weird. It just stopped.
Yeah.
Weird. I mean, who drinks? Oh my God! I am spent after that 500 miles. Get me some buttermilk, please. Like, oh God, Jesus!
A
dude.
real farm boy. That's something.
That's a real man right there.
Oh yeah. That's something to farm.
Driving with no helmet for 500 miles. Give me some buttermilk afterwards, and I'll walk home.
Yeah.
And this milk was hand.
It was a super slow race back then too, so it took forever to get it done. Yeah.
hand squeezed by Santino Ferrucci. I'm being serious. There's video of him, milking the cow.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Hand squeeze.
On Twitter, Christian.
Wow.
Do you use your Twitter?
Wow.
No, of course not.
Yeah, you're on Twitter. Why aren't you seeing this stuff? I'm on Twitter. I didn't see it.
But yes, no,
No,
Santino
I don't.
Ferrucci.
I don't run my Twitter. Yeah.
So Santino Ferrucci wanted to squeeze his own milk out of his own udder. Okay.
I was saying
Strange.
That's
okay.
who. No, I was just saying that's who has provided the milk for everyone.
Thank you.
And if anybody picked beer, Al was ready. Ooh, too soon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And screeching halt to the show. Ooh, yikes. Is he out of jail yet? Did he get his ROR yet? Oh, boy.
Wow.
Still want to know the 2%ers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see, our 2%ers are Sebastian Bourdais,
Not surprised.
Ben Hanley,
Not surprised.
Jack Harvey,
Not surprised.
Tony Kanaan,
Surprised.
Matthias Lace,
Not surprised.
Graham Rahal,
Not surprised at all.
Felix Rosenquist,
Surprised.
Takuma Sato,
Not surprised.
and Oriol Servia.
What?
Those are your 2%ers.
I can't even believe Oriol Serve even picked.
Everyone else
He's like,
wants with
somebody's going to
whole
buy
milk.
my seat.
Whole milk. And the two that wanted buttermilk,
Who?
well, one's obvious. Hometown boy.
Yeah, Ed Carpenter.
Uh-huh. And the other, James Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, well, good on James. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear, Hinch. Because he finally got into the show. I'm going to say buttermilk. I learned a lot about Indy last year.
See,
Yep.
Whole milk would be my choice, too.
Overly fermented milk. Never mind. Another bad joke. Yeah. A little bit deeper that time. A little bit more cloak and dagger that time. Yeah. But yeah. So do we even want to talk about that? Do we need to? I think I brought it up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or I wouldn't say joking about because it was a horrible joke, but just go on motorsport.com and it's on the front page. You can read about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I hope he gets help. So moving on. But let's get on to the really the real exciting part of this weekend coming up. Monaco GP. Winner, Missy, Mercedes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Silver Arrow. Moving on. Okay, so yep.
Well, there is one thing regarding Formula One that we should mention.
Go ahead.
Which was the
right. Yes.
sad passing of
Can we have a moment of silence for the great Niki Lauda?
Yes, Niki Lauda passed away on Monday, I believe it was.
True legend. He will be missed.
absolutely.
That's a real man, though, man. I mean, that wreck that he was in, where he got burned, and
Right.
how many races? Jesus,
Got a speed racer down North Street.
I know.
Jeez, yeah.
I live on a corner. How did you get to that?
How did you make that stick? Yeah. right?
Jesus, good. I mean, congratulations. I mean, it's a flat 90 here. It's not even banked. Anyway, so but yeah, I mean, like, how many races was it from that crash till he was back in the race car racing again? It was like two races.
2 weeks or something. It was like
it was really, really way too soon. But that is a true man right there.
So he was still bleeding underneath the bandages when he climbed back in.
So that's what I mean. It's a true man right there. He a true living legend that we got to enjoy right to age of 70. So, but yeah.
Yes, but God bless his contribution to the sport. And what stood out most for me though about Lauda wasn't even the wreck; it was how he just got in the first place. You want to talk about guts? You're talking about a guy who has grew up in a family that had a set career path laid out for him. It was guaranteed for you to be wealthy. It was guaranteed for you to have this life, and to say, no, life, I don't accept what it is that you're handing me. I'm going to go out and make my own thing. I'm going to do my own thing. And for his family to resist and to say, no, we're not giving you the money to go racing. That's the money for playboys. That's the money for silly people. That's a sport for silly people. And him to go, okay, well, when I'm world champion one day, you'll regret what you're saying. And for him to finagle his way into the seats that he was able to, just that's what gets my respect. That's what really stands out to me about Niki Lauda. We don't have stories like that in motorsports.
I would say the closest
I love
right
that.
now, who's racing right now, is James Hinchcliffe. James Hinchcliffe and maybe Joseph Newgarden. Few drivers that came back after some really horrible injuries and were racing a little bit too soon, I think. Remember when Newgarden would race at Road America, I think?
Oh, with the broken hand, yeah. No, but that's not having your face burned.
But I can't remember the last driver that we could compare that to. So what I mean.
I don't think there is one, and we should just leave it at that. Exactly. I think we should just leave it at there is no comparison to.
That's why he was a living legend, man. And legends never die, they say. So, there you go.
That's right.
He'll always be remembered.
That's right, man.
And that's the great thing about motorsport.
Indeed.
I mean, Wickens is a true inspiration. You see what he's been doing? I mean, he's doing great.
Walking, oh yeah.
You see him walking in that inflatable
ahead of schedule, and
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was at what was that footage shot? Was that him at Pitfit?
Yeah. Shout out to Jim Leo and Alex Waney, Zach Borum, and everybody out there at Pitfit, and the fantastic job that they've been doing with Robert Wickens.
Definitely.
Huge help.
Definitely. So there you go. I mean,
all of the Pit drivers actually qualified for the 500. I think it was like 11 drivers that work out at Pit, and all made it. So testament to the great job that Pit does.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Veach, I would say is
yep, he's one of them. Yep.
They were showing him doing his steering wheel exercises and all. That's pretty crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My wrist was broken.
Jim's phenomenal, man. He's I don't know where he comes up with the curriculum, but it is just so unique. And you look at half of it and you're like, oh, how's that going to work? And then he gets you going through it. He starts putting you through the paces, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, I get it. Yep. This is exactly how I feel when I get out of the car. So,
no, yeah, man, just truly innovative. It'd be great to just walk around Jim Leo's mind one day if it was possible, just to like, what do you think about at night? To say, I'm going to come in tomorrow and give you guys glasses that blink in and out while we throw tennis balls at your face. It's just like, what's what's going
that's
through
a crazy
head?
Exercise.
Yeah, well, it is until you get hit in the face with a tennis ball. Right? it's a great.
Then you start taking it
But
very seriously.
But
Right?
it is good though for being able to predict where that ball is going to be by not being able to see it, just being able to know reaction time. And prediction.
You gotta get,
so
you gotta get your chi going.
Yeah. So shout out to Pitfit.
Right on. So
and Alex used to play baseball, so getting hit in the face with a tennis ball from Alex is not. It's not a good time.
Yeah, I mean, just because it bounces a lot doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, man, it's not.
It's fuzzy. It gives it's like instant rug burn.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of a tennis ball to the eye. so yeah, not cool.
Nice.
But but shout out to PitFit though and everything they're doing with Wicked.
Well, so I guess what's left to say? I guess our predictions for the race, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Missy.
Yep, I was gonna say Missy.
Why do I always got to go first?
Oh, we're just being gentlemen about it.
Women first.
Who's going to win the Indianapolis 500?
Other than the fans.
Exactly. Oh,
Right. That's right. Other than those of us in attendance.
That's right.
Oh, man.
So who from ECR is going to win?
Yeah, I was leaning towards that. I like Spencer Piggott. But, I mean, yeah, I like... God, I don't know. Of course, I like Will Power, of course.
Back-to-back winner?
I mean, it'd be cool.
Put Will Power in the 2-time winners club. I like it.
I mean, I always like to pick Elio, too. You know, get that fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have a...
Will you just pick a name, please?
I can't.
All right, Missy's undecided.
Possible.
Someone from ECR, she's going to say. Or she's saying. She's
Spencer
leaning
Piggott.
at... Okay, Spencer Piggott. Missy's picking Spigot. All right. So Spigot for the win. Christian?
No. I say this is the year that the oval specialist himself
Oh, boy.
gets it done.
Ed Carpenter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Old Buttermilk himself, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
All right. Ed Buttermilk Carpenter. Right on.
You can't come this close this many times and not.
He
Life,
has.
life owes you one, sir.
It's not you can't.
Life
he
owes
has.
him nothing.
No. I think this is the year.
This is the year, huh?
Mm-hmm. I feel it. Feels good. Feels right.
Right on. Yeah, I'm gonna go Willpower. Yep. Back to back. Willpower. It's gonna win this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Team Penske. Willpower. For the win. Yep.
All right.
That's my picks.
I mean, not a shabby choice.
Hey, I mean he was where was Will P2 P3?
He started P6.
P6. I thought. Yeah. Hey, second row. It's a great place to start. Outside, second row, but still, I'd rather be starting inside. But it's okay.
It's all good. It's all.
I like that
Joseph
inside line.
Newgarden's a good choice, too.
I don't see it happening.
I like Joe New, but I just think this is Ed's time. It's your time, Ed.
No,
it's your time.
I wish we had Joe Old back, but okay. Just saying.
Ba-da-bum.
Yeah, I know. Marty gets that joke. Shout out to Marty. Shout out to the Davises who will be there. Can't wait to see him there. That's what I say.
Yeah. Kristen, Marty, Park, everybody.
Hey, I heard Parker was almost in tears because his favorite driver got the pole. So
Really?
yeah, so
Wow.
I'm now.
Wow.
Right on.
Love it.
Yeah, happy.
Love it.
Yeah, when your favorite driver gets pole, man, that's awesome feeling.
Yeah. That's the emotion that racing evokes. That's the emotion that the 500 evokes. So, oh yeah, man. Let's get pumped up. Everybody.
When it comes to the Indy 500, it is okay to cry.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. So, well, tweet us your picks for the race. Of course, hashtag it IndyCar and Indy 500 and all that good other hashtags that they got. And where can they find all of our social media at, Missy?
That'd be www.theindysportscarpodcast.com.
What's that? I can't hear you. Can you say anything? It was like whispering.
www.theindysportscarpodcast.com.
I like it.
I love the way Missy says "we." By the way, the way she says "the," like
there's a
like it's an NFL starting lineup graphic, and she's all like "the Ohio State University," right?
The Indy Sports Car Podcast.
That's right.
I love it.
One and only.
I love it.
And Christian, where can I get that great piece of literature? 2 great pieces of literature out there.
Well, my life and story, The Outside Groove, which details my life up until now and my journey on the road to Indy, can be found at Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com, Books A Million, Kobo, and the Indy Sports Car Podcast.com, as well as Walmart. And even more exciting than that, which I'm super, super excited about, my children's book, forwarded by Robbie Unser, who was a guest on this show right here.
Yes, you are.
We had Robbie on as good buddy of mine now, and then has been able to forward this book to me. I'm so happy for that. Faster and Faster. Please look out for that coming to Amazon this weekend. It's on. So, it's a children's guide to motorsport for your youngins that are interested in moving up the ranks, whether they're in karts now, thinking about going into karts and wondering where do I go from there. This is the book for you. So,
I love the illustrations.
Thank you. Done by Alexis Taylor, good buddy of mine. Did the illustration, Alexis Taylor.
Even your illustration only has your left side. It's great. It is your best side. I've been waiting to make that joke.
Oh, have you? Okay.
That has been in the bag. That's been in the gun, ready to shoot for a couple weeks.
You've been waiting for that one.
Yeah. I was happy to get that out. Yay.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. Awesome. You were something else.
And I think Missy, on that note, and happy May, everybody.
On that note, you know that I know that Frank, well, even he knows, and of course Christian, we all know, it's Indianapolis 500 weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Here is your Racecast weather forecast for the 103rd Indianapolis 500. I'm meteorologist Doug Schneider. There is a chance that at least a portion of the race will be affected by rain. On Sunday morning and early afternoon, there's just a slight chance of a few showers in the area, but the threat of showers and thunderstorms will be increasing as we go through the afternoon. The chance of rain at the Speedway after 2 p.m. is 50%, so it is possible that there could be a rain delay. Another factor will be the winds, which will be from the southwest around 10 miles an hour, but could be gusting up to 20 miles an hour at times. The morning low temperature will be in the upper 60s with an afternoon high temperature around 80 degrees. For the most up-to-date forecast and a live radar feed for the Speedway, visit racecastweather.com.